Our next category is friends and family. We have 4 pictures in this category. Our first picture is of several feet done in negatives, where the caption reads, "We will walk together along the same road." Our next picture is that of a wall with many pictures of family and friends around a lettering or decoration saying blessings. The caption reading, "You're not just hurting yourself." And we also have a cross with a candle lit at the bottom, reading, "Another cross to wear me down." And also we have a man holding a dog with the caption, "Family is everything." This category is centered around the idea that we are driven to or from drugs and alcohol through family and friends, that we're most affected by family and friends. We found in group discussion that this was one of our major categories, that this is what most affected us. In our groups, we found that friends and family is probably one of the most influential in each of us for our use and non-use of drugs and alcohol, simply because they affect us so much and are ingrained in our everyday living, so they affect each of the other categories in turn. Our next category is fear and authority. There are 5 in this category, 5 pictures in this category. The first is a negative of the Fort Francis Mill, which where with a lot of smoke or steam coming out of the stacks, and the caption saying, "My mind won't become a wasteland." Our next is that of several rows of tombstones in a cemetery during winter, with the caption reading, "It isn't worth dying for." Our next is the emergency entrance to the local hospital with the caption reading, "Don't want to be here." Also, we have a hooded figure where we can't see the face and chains around wrists saying, "Chain up my freedom." Also, we have a negative picture of a close-up, extreme close-up of a face, rather sinister looking, that says, "I don't want to lose my mind." So in this category, I can sum it up with the idea that we use or choose not to use because of the fears that we have. So it's we're afraid perhaps of being caught, or afraid of perhaps life without it. Also, we're affected by authority, perhaps fear of authority or rebellion against authority. Keep in mind that these interpretations can go either way. Very much, for instance, the wasteland picture, where while the photographer was thinking one thing, you could perhaps interpret it that it's all right to go up to a certain point, but there's a fear of going too far. So our next category is boredom. There are 3 pictures in this category. The first is of a desolate street in Rainy River, which happens to be Main Street. During wintertime, there's a caption saying, "Nothing else to do." Our next picture is of several bottles of hard liquor, as well as shot glasses nearby, with the caption saying, "Because it's there," and quotes, "Why is it?" Our next picture is that of several hooded youth in negatives with their heads down on a table, with the caption saying, "Apparently they like being burnt out." This project was also brought before 2 focus groups, one in Fort Francis and one in Rainy River. They were asked to reflect on the project concerning especially which categories most affected them in everyday living, and as far as their reasoning went for use and non-use. The major one, I'd say, among the project as well as the 2 focus groups was especially friends and family, where we base our beliefs and we find ourselves in a certain circumstance because of how we interact with our friends and family. So we found that this was more or less the central hub of our reasoning, and then surrounded by that are all the different categories, such as passion and goals and so forth. Overall, this project was a lot of fun, and especially with the food and beverages and the discussion. So I'd like to thank you for allowing us to create this project and for your time in watching it.